We're just gonna wait for, I believe, Jack to ready up, because they're not all ready up, and
Well,
gonna
we
get
should
these
also
playoffs underway.
give a moment, and let me just say this.
Oh, I just left.
Well,
Oh my God.
and all right, well, that's
Jesus.
fine. So we have a little bit of extra time. I will say, just welcome everyone to the first match of collective playoff season. This is FG versus Check Six, and this is gonna be one heck of a match. I'll tell you that.
That is true. This is gonna be a great game. As I get everybody back in. Oh my God. Ever since they freaking changed that thing,
Oh my God! Oh, I
or
was
the
talking
new button
about
layout,
that with I don't remember who I was
I
talking
gotta wait
about, but
5 minutes now.
yeah,
God.
I was looking. Oh God, I was doing a custom game for something, probably practice one day or something, and I had the same issue. It was like I kept hitting X to change the map, and it would just back me out, and I was just like,
Yeah, I I just did that, so that's great. So now we gotta entertain here for 5 minutes. Unfortunately, because I'm dumb, but that's okay. It happens.
well. So what I will say is, we're pretty entertaining.
Yes, it's definitely gonna be a good game as it's a best of three matchup. Not just gonna be a one-time deal here.
Oh yeah, best of three. I'm excited to see. Means more bands, more bands, more playtime, more rounds, more R6, the game that we all love.
That is true. Best game, 100%.
All right. So, what do you expect from tonight? So we have two great teams. We got FG and did you do something to the stream? Because it's
Check
not
six.
on anymore.
Yes. Oh, should be on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, check six.
Yeah, we have Check Six and FG, which are two fantastic teams. I'm really good friends with members from both. I know they're really good players all around. Great strategies, interesting. Things have definitely altered. We have still in the recent past, we still have the Ying nerf that people are still getting used to with the swapping of her Candelas from being instant to now you have to hold them to be instant. We have the Maestro nerf, which allows Twitch and Thatcher to more counter them easily, those cameras easily, which is interesting. Are you? I don't know if you see it differently. Maybe I have to refresh my Twitch, but I see the stream as offline.
Really? It says I'm streaming right now. It says it's
It does say
live.
it does say you're streaming, but I don't know.
I'm not sure. It does. I am
Here,
live right now. That's what it says, at least.
let me try opening on my laptop.
Yeah. I have it set up. I believe we're all good. If not, I can. I'm not sure, but it says I'm good.
I think I just have to restart my Twitch app. Yeah, let's restart my Twitch app.
Okay.
It's working on my
Okay.
PC.
Okay.
All right, well that's fine.
Perfect. Now we're all set up here. Just gotta wait for this 5 minutes, because as we were just saying, those new button settings, they help, because everybody used to hit B, but now look at me go, I hit an X. Either
Right,
way,
exactly.
can't make it functional. Can't make it functional. That's
They
alright.
teach you. Yeah, it's whatever.
No biggie,
But-
just a little delay. It's just 5 minutes. We'll be okay.
So our first map of the night, for those of you who don't know, is Border. And Border is a very interesting map. All four sites are technically viable and totally defendable. We have obviously the dominant choice of armory lockers, which also does lead usually to a Mira ban for that site. Mira on that site in particular, is extremely strong, but also on the map is fairly strong. So a Mira ban is very common here. Do you think we're going to see that, or do you think we're going to see something a little bit different today?
Honestly, if I were to say, I kind of expect, I would probably have to agree and say Mira, because I honestly think that Maestro nerf kind of, although he is still a good operator, don't get me wrong there, no matter what, he's going to be good, but it's like, he's not, there's just more ways to counter him, so I would say probably there would be a Mira ban coming out today, I would say, probably my guess.
Yeah, I would definitely Mira. I think, and then on the other side, on attack, I would not be surprised to see a thermite ban Thermite on this map is very strong.
Mm.
We have bathroom wall for ventilations. We have the armory wall and armory lockers. We have detention wall for customs, and we have tellers wall for tellers. There are a lot of walls that if you can get a thermite on that wall, it gives the attackers so much power that I think it wouldn't be unreasonable to expect a thermite ban.
Oh, definitely. Would have to agree. Definitely thermite. Like you just stated everything. Probably I would state just all those walls and that everything gets reinforced from the outside and like armory and as you said detention. Just a great ban. Okay, finally. I'm gonna get these guys back in here and we'll get started. So finally, what we've been looking forward to, not us just rambling on, but
So right.
that's all
So
right.
we talked about the Mira and the Thermite. Who else do you expect to see? Those are my predictions for bans. Who do you expect to see?
I'm gonna go with the safe bet of obviously Echo. More than likely is what I'm gonna think on defense. Echo is just such an amazing operator. His gun, I believe myself, is definitely one of the better guns on defense. I would say, but sometimes people don't agree. But I don't know.
I have an interesting question for you, because this was a debate for a long time. But with these recent changes, do you think Echo is now the dominant anchor now that Maestro got nerfed? Do you think
Oh,
he
I
is
would
the
definitely say,
dominant anchor?
yeah, 100%. I would say, no doubt. I think he's just, I don't know, his gun and everything like that is just, I think makes him more superior. And obviously his ability for bomb is just amazing to stop those plants. So I would definitely say he is superior. Yes, I would have to agree.
Do also, if you don't know, I'm assuming a lot of us do, but just a quick reminder that Echo did also get a slight nerf. He will now be spotted on his PDA by IQ because he used to be immune to IQ when on his PDA, but now Maestro.
Yes.
I mean, Echo can hide down in the depths of a map where no one will find them. That is no longer an ability.
Yeah. Sometimes my friend that I once played with, he every time it used to get down to 30 seconds, we'd make sure we had a floor hatch popped, and he would just book it and hide somewhere. And just if you had those echo drones, obviously if they have an IQ, they can obviously just shoot it. But it's just if he runs and hides, he can just get those bomb plants from just so far away.
Exactly. So we're just waiting for people to filter in. If anyone is wondering, this is the first match of the playoffs. So because of this, that is a tourney. The playoffs are tournament style. So you get 3 maps. You win 2 of the maps. You move on in the bracket. You lose 2 of the maps. You're done. That's it. You're out of the playoffs. Just to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah. Best of 3 here. The future maps, in case anybody is curious or has just stopped by. Obviously, this first map, FG is going to be attacking border, and secondly, Check 6, will be defending Oregon, and then lastly, if we need to, FG will be defending Clubhouse.
I actually am waiting.
So
I'm excited for. I personally, I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see Clubhouse, low-key, because Clubhouse is always a fun map to watch. Border and Oregon are kind of done to death a little bit, but Clubhouse is it's different, it's new, and it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, definitely would been even more interesting if we got a map like Fortress possibly in this rotation for these maps. That would definitely be something interesting, or maybe even a Villa.
I would love a Fortress pick. I know not everyone is super crazy about that map, but at least personally, I like it. There's enough for roamers. There's enough for roamers to do, but there's also a lot of anchor play on that map. But we're not going to talk about that because it's not being played tonight. So at least for the moment, Fortress is going to be put into the corner.
That is true. As we wait for the last member of FG to get in here, and then we'll be getting underway. Sooner or not, as all of Check 6 here will be ready and roaring to go, just waiting for this last member to come on in.
All right. So, with Check 6 starting on defense, I definitely think that with God, I totally lost my train of thought, but that's okay.
Okay, as the last member there of FG is going to pop on in. I'm going to wait for Jello here to ready up. If not, I'm just going to start it here in a few seconds because we've waited. Okay, everybody is now ready, and we're going to get underway here on Border. We appreciate everybody stopping by. Let's get into tonight's first contest. Let's do it.
Alright, so bans, here we go. Now, I think that this bans here will say a lot about the strategies of the teams here tonight. If, like, for example, if we see a Kaid ban, then we know that, you know, a team is going to try to, or probably not, Kaid's not probably a worthy ban on this map now that I'm thinking about it, but a Thatcher ban, say, oh, we're going to play Kaid. Montaigne,
As Montaigne gets taken down. Yep. Just want to eliminate that shield play.
Makes sense. Titan is an infamous Monty player in collective. Also, just Monty in general is strong on border, so it's a good ban overall.
As FG is going to be banning on attack, they will be banning the Capitao, getting rid of those new asphyxiating bolts, and obviously his smokes. Good ban, definitely.
Which is interesting, because that means there are 4 sets of smokes now missing from the Capitao bolts, and Montaigne also has access to 2 smokes, which very limits the amount of smokes the attacking team can have. And a Jaeger ban, so let those nades fly, ladies and germs.
Yes,
let those nades fly.
Will be Kobe'd for days here tonight, as the final ban here from Check 6 is going to be a Mira ban, just as we both predicted.
So only common ban here tonight is the Mira. So I'm excited for this match. It's very different. I'm curious to see what FG is going to do with the what they're doing with the Jaeger ban, because that says to me that they're going to be using some form of nade spam, whether it be Ying, frags, smokes, something. Especially when you take out the Capitao, which was the only way otherwise to get smokes out without them being caught by Jaeger's ADSs, but now obviously we don't have to worry about that.
Yes, as we see a blitz from Titan here. Doesn't have a Montaigne, so he's going to switch right on over to the other shield, as Cav's going to be going to the Vigil here, as obviously they knew he was going to be Cav. And also stated one of the, as we were trying to talk about there in the beginning of the round, Echo, the main anchor, and Maestro, even if you have preference, will be in play here today. Both defending teams will be able to be played on the Echo.
I'm very excited to see this match.
Oh,
I was just going to say, I'm very excited to see this match.
As they're going to be starting off here at Armory and Lockers. Very common sight, as usually everybody starts off here no matter what, and definitely a very preferenced site. As we're definitely going to have to keep tabs on this double flash combo here, if you will. Blitz and the Ying here. Obviously, as Loopy stated here, that is going to be pretty deadly here for the defenders. We're going to have to see here, depending on if they can coordinate this attack. And obviously the Thermite not banned, which we possibly guessed to see. So we're going to see here, maybe they might be able to get those walls open.
So something that I also want to point out briefly is that the attacking team is going to have a little bit of an issue today, because at least with when in regards to the blitz, because he did just get that nerf that every time you use flash now, you have a 7-second cooldown before you can flash again. So if your first flash doesn't blind them, you're in trouble as blitz. You really are in trouble. Then, you know, when they announced the nerf, I didn't think it would do a lot, but honestly, after playing with it a little bit, it does heavily take down blitz's potential, especially if you catch them off guard. But you know, that is something that play him correctly shouldn't affect you much. But I'm excited to see the play.
Coordination is going to be a huge part here, trying to get this blitz figured out. As the roam clear is going to be going underway, as we see a Thermite coming through on this balcony to get this, possibly get this wall here in offices, but he may elect not to, as Vigil is sitting right beside it. Gonna see if maybe he gets noticed. He knows that he's there, and now that his position is given away, as I don't believe he's going to drop him.
They do have a Vigil playing in offices, which is fully reinforced, which is kind of an old strategy. But obviously, old strategies, if they work, they work. You know, they're not bad. They're just old. But it is interesting to see because it is a lot of ground to hold. It's a lot of ground to hold.
As we see the blitz here pushing into the barbed wire, Vigil right behind that corner there could be getting pushed out, but Yoshi from the other side is going to take down Titan. A good pick there early on that blitz. That early stopping push is going to be very key here, as that was a beautiful shot. Yes, indeed. As they know that he's over there, and I believe Vigil, yes, is still over here in offices. as they might be going for a pinch here. We're going to see as he's peeking the window. Ash is right there on the other side. You just have to peek a little bit more. Ash, he sees the gun. He's going to pre-fire. Finally gets the head. Yoshi does pick up another one, the Jack. As Loki also gets his next kill onto Griffin. Thermite is the last one over there in the hallway. Just quickly to a 1v5 here for FG. Going to be peeking, sees the Echo. Not able to land the shots. Just going to be jumping out of there and getting the heck out of dodge.
This is a very strong opening for X6, and I hope if they can keep this pressure and momentum going, we could see them spiral out of control. FG needs to take what they saw in this round, and they need to adjust, because I know they absolutely have that mid game readjustment, as the Thermite does quickly get taken out from behind from the Vigil. Nice 3K.
Yes, beautiful 3K there from Loki. After he was able to pre-fire that Asher on the window after seeing her gun barrel, was a very good shot, and then also able to get the kill onto Griffin there, who jumped in and obviously got that final kill. So great job there, as not particularly roaming there with the Vigil, staying near sight, and does a very good job.
Check 6 roam game opening up, correct? It wasn't like too deep of a roam. It was just in offices, but it was not, but it's all they needed. It was all they needed.
That is true. Sometimes you don't have to have a humongous roam game to completely hold down, as we see a Check 6 going to Event Workshop and Nomad switching from that Ash to the IQ. There's also a Maestro comes out here for the defense.
So interesting that on Vents they decided they want to bring the Maestro, but on Armory they decided to bring the Echo. And I think that is true of the site. Ventilation, you can definitely much more just put your cameras in the right places and they can do their job. Whereas I think on Armory and Lockers, there's so many different ways the attackers can approach that site that the flexibility of the Echo drones is probably better for that site. But I think the Maestro pick on this site is very intentional, because most pushes are through that front door, main window kind of side. Not a lot of teams go through the bathroom. If you do, you have to fight your way through all of the roamers. You have to take about half of the map control before you can even get access to that bathroom.
And obviously, if you do play this game, and you don't have to be, super high up in the ranks just to know that holding Armory Lockers upstairs is usually a key part, and we sometimes even see a castle, which is very common on Vent Workshop. Not going to be running out, as Loki is able to run out and get the early pick onto Osla. What a great run out there early on to pick off that Thermite. Oh man, the Thermite is now downed. Those hatches are going to be toast now. A great run out. Amazing job. Titan's also reinforcing right there. Barricading is the Vigil. Shot on him is Titan, but not able to get the kill on him. Almost caught there in a deadly crossfire by, not crossfire, but almost caught off guard by Deli. That's a beautiful shot by Titan into the other room of the smoke. Oh my goodness. He shot through the wall and killed their smoke.
Titan is one crazy shield player. He really is.
Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Oh my. What a shot.
That was unbelievable. The man is nuts. The man is absolutely nuts.
That is insane. Oh man, beautiful shot as the smoke is taken down on our good refrag there.
Also, like you said, the smoke was the one to fall, which is a lot of late game defense and sight hold gone. All that utility is gone. I don't even think he got one smoke canister off, and even if he did, it didn't really do much. So all of that utility was just wasted, as well as a great gun.
As we see them pushing up here from the outside of armor wall is going to be Jack, but getting a really interesting angle here is going to be Nishlo, as Serbian is able to get one onto Nomad as he's sitting up here, as the Blitz is also up here. And now Ying's position has been given out with the goo. They now know he's over there. They're just waiting for him to push up, as Loki from behind takes down Griffin. Blitz is also in there, able to get a few shots, as Blitz is now the last one left, as Serbian is able to take out Jack. Blitz the last one in there, and another beautiful shot by Loki. Check 6 is just dominating right now. Beautiful round.
And Loki is just running rampant as the Vigil. FG should take that, should look at this and say, okay, Loki has now gotten 2 3Ks in a row.
Yeah.
And so what you should do is, because of Vigil's ability being immune to the drones and whatnot, they should bring a Jackal. Make that adjustment, put pressure on the Vigil, pressure him out, get a pinch going, and just try to stop it. But once again, we don't see the Jackal, but we might see it on a 6 pick.
Yes, it is possible here as Loki just came up from behind and they would be deadly there, and as you stated, get another 3K. As they're going to be switching it up to customs and supply, going to be ditching vent and workshop, going to be going customs, and like you said in the beginning, all sites are viable, which is definitely agreeable. Every site on here can be played with a beautiful strat, and we're going to have to see here, see how they hold this.
So they do bring the Kaid, which is interesting because a lot of teams, when they're holding the site, actually open these hatches and play upstairs. But clearly, that is not in Check 6's rule strat book today. The Kaid is here to close these hatches and obviously use one of his, well, not one, two of it, both of his electro claws to make sure that they at least try to keep them that way. The attacking team does have the Thatcher, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue to get those hatches open as long as they can take top control. But if Loki is going to sit upstairs, which it looks like he is, they is going to try to make the attacker's life a hell, living hell to take it.
Yes, and as you wanted that Jackal, well, Jackal would be a huge part in probably taking out Loki here in the beginning, but you know, obviously they're going to opt out and not go with Loki. Or not Loki, Jackal. I think Loki's going to be staying in the game, if I were to guess, as it appears another run out from Loki, just as I was saying his name from up top. Just completely playing rampant out here, trying to get these picks, and almost worked out.
The sheer aggression from Loki, I have to admit, is very interesting because you don't sort of see this type of aggression, especially this early on. You see it as more of like a desperation attempt, but no, it is very clear that Check 6 has a certain pace that they want to keep. And also, we didn't talk about it, but you know, Vigil's getting a beautiful bandit trick off, leaving Thermite with only one charge, so he has to choose between the tension wall and one of the hatches.
As Maestro and Ying are getting into it, no shots have been landed yet, but there's been copious gunfire back and forth between these two. Ooh, it's almost maybe gets the Ashes. He does get flashed out. Loki also starts off with another frag on a Titan. The Blitz is now down again early on. As outside this door is two of the Ash. Ash is sitting right there. That'll get the kill. He does see Ash in the last second. Does miss the shot as she does go crouch. As Nomad does get the kill onto Loki. As Loki is now died.
Loki is... He finally does get shut down, which is a huge play. But Check 6 responds with a nice pick from Bandit.
As Nichilo also does get a kill onto Nomad. Two beautiful frags there after Loki did fall. As now it's just left up to the duo of Thatcher and Thermite here. Let's see if maybe they can pull something off. Spraying through, not able to get the kill. Barely misses, as somebody was sitting there a few moments before. But Oswald going to be going the other way. As there is somebody down in, I believe that is Workshop. Yes, somebody is down in Workshop. I believe that is, yes, it is Smoke. Off-site here, roaming Smoke is, you know, possibly waiting for that Thermite to go all the way around.
They do have time, and they can absolutely win this, especially with Loki down on the Vigil. They can use their drones. No one is immune to it. But they just... Oh, never mind. They both get picked off in rapid-fire succession. Good round for Check 6, but through that end of the round, Thatcher and Thermite were way too far away from each other.
Yeah, and this has just been a good showing so far here for Check 6, just showing that they mean business. And in case anybody is curious, so far, here is the lineup here as we are in round 4. As Loki obviously holding the charge here with 7 kills this early, and Yoshi and Serbian not far behind. But on the side of FG, Titan and Nomad just have those 2 solo kills through 4 rounds. Definitely going to need to get more fragging kills here and figure out the, like we have been stating, that roaming capacity, and just they have just been dominating with that roam game.
So, I mean, way back in the day, his gadget nerfed so that it was, I think, half the length that it originally was, or whatever, but that's not really important. So what I'm trying to say is, if you keep on your drone long enough, if they don't want to bring the Jackal, if you stay on, eventually the Vigil will have to show himself. He can't sit there forever with his cloak up. So what they should do is they should put as much pressure on the Vigil as possible. Get like 3 drones on him if they need to, back him up with 1 or 2 fraggers, and get a pin. Figure out where he is sort of by his footsteps. Those are not made silent by his cloak. They just need to do something. If they keep allowing Loki to run rampant as he has been doing, then I don't know if FG can deal with it.
Yeah, well said, honestly. I don't really know how to add that. It's just pretty much exactly what they need to do. As you're going to see pretty much the same lineup this time, except for a Valkyrie will be coming out here from Niche. As, okay, interesting impact grenade there as it takes the Valkyrie down to half health. And a black guy is gone, so intriguing start
poor
there.
Nicola.
Okay, this is just I'm just going to switch off here. That's just unfortunate. I'm just going to switch off there.
We love you, Nick.
Yes,
we love you.
We do love you. We love you dearly.
We didn't mean to do that bad.
We can just we'll just cut that out of the VOD. Anyways, we'll just cut that out the VOD. We see Titan here probably gonna be pushing in here to CC after he gets droned out. As oh, I thought he was sitting right on the side of that wall. Nope. But in the little small office where they've been sitting is it the smoke or it's the Maestro? Yes. As Loki sitting here in offices again where he was deadly just as before. We're gonna have to see here. Maybe he can have the same fortune.
So interesting, second time defending armory lockers. They decide to ditch the Echo and go to the Maestro. And I can't help but feel like that's a weird choice. I mean, clearly Check 6 has been running this game, so I'm not going to question too much about their tactics, but I just think it is a very strange change.
Yeah, I would agree, as we have been stating, Echo being the more superior operator. But maybe they just prefer the Maestro in their defense, as the thermite wall does get open with no contest there from anybody, as the smokes are coming out here early. As
Is this a quick plant?
This could be a quick plant here.
Is this a quick plant?
But the obviously the smokes from the smoke himself are going to be able to combat that. As the C4s then are going to come out. Nomad does get taken down, or no, does not get taken down. He's very low though, as the Yings have been coming out here. As you see them not about to really push in himself though on that Ying. As the plant is going to be going down here. Titan be pushing in, storming in. Griffin does take down the Valkyrie of Nick. As over here in CC, as the plant does go down, as Blitz is just going to be sitting on it, waiting for these defenders to converge up. This is going to be a tough retake here for the defending operators. As another Candela is going to be coming out, but Loki does obviously take down Jack there. As a good frag here on the flank. Going to be seeing, as he knows, possibly one is in CC. As Jello is just going to push up out of nowhere, going to get to frag onto the Thatcher, but behind him is going to be Nomad on 1 HP. Yoshi does go down, as he's now 2v3. Running out is Jello, and is now a 2v health. Oswald with 2 frags there, Smoke the last one left. Able to take down Serbian, but Nomad with the frag onto Serbian himself. Tight round there, going back and forth.
That plant went down with 9 players alive. Within 45 seconds. That was one crazy ride.
Sorry about that, my mic came unplugged there, but as you were stating, that was a very quick plant with 9 people left. Definitely,
it's not something, it's not quite the 10-man plant that, that is so rare to get, but it's pretty crazy to think that they actually successfully got, and it was a smart plant. It wasn't like, oh, let's run in plant and then immediately die. No, they had people on the flank. They had Nomad sitting in the break room watching the flank, so when Vigil pushed in and got that frag, he was immediately traded out. Even on 1 HP, that's all you need. That's all you need is 1 HP. This game can be won with 1 HP. It's one of the few games that you can do that.
Yes. As just as we were stating last, Echo is now going to be coming out here instead of the Maestro. There's also a Kaid to stop that wall being opened up by that Thermite, which they did not have last time. They did not have a ban last time also either.
So they have the Legion, which is clearly definitely a pick towards, like, just, well, one, it's just a general good pick, and two, it's definitely a pick that helps against the Blitz. They have the Vigil for the Roam, they have the Kaid for the wall denial, they have the Echo for the anti-plant, and then the Smoke just for sort of all-around support and plant denial. This is a really strong lineup from Check 6 for this site, and if they play their cards right, I think they can definitely hold this.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is a very strong lineup, as I thought Loki was going to go for another round out there, but nope. Possibly just shooting a drone here, as he's going to be continuously sitting in this office, which we have seen him do throughout every armory defense here from Check 6. I believe he's just sat in there. And
the other thing that is interesting is FG, the first round that they lost for an office push, and pushed right into Check 6's defense. That second round that they won, and they won fairly dominantly, they went for an armory side push, which clearly, like you said, they didn't have the bandit, they didn't have any denial, right? They clearly they saw an opportunity and they took it, which says to me maybe they should go for an armory push again.
Yeah, as the term some people say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yes, I would agree. As they pushed into our offices that first round, I believe, and they obviously, like you said, fell into that defense, and maybe sprayed through that wall. Niche almost got another kick there through the wall, but I don't get him. As Ash is going to be opening things up here. As yes, they will be going for an offices push here as the wall is getting thermited. As I believe Loki is in there. Yes, he is. He just had to flee, and now he's kind of vulnerable here in a position caught in the crossfire from the wall, the main door of the Blitz, and possibly the window if somebody does go over there, but Blitz is getting rid of that barbed wire here.
I can't help but feel like FG isn't taking full advantage of this Jaeger man. Yeah, they're bringing the Ying, but where are the frag grenades? Vigil behind those monitors is very susceptible to a frag grenade to be perfectly cook and take him out right now. But they can't do that because there are no frag grenades on FG's side. They have no Finka, they have no Buck, they have no Sledge. I think that they are not taking full advantage of the advantage they gave themselves.
Yes. As almost taking the head off there of Vigil, but Vigil does get tapped down to about half health, but not killed there as Blitz does land a shot as the Candelas are going to come out. I believe that is in the small offices and possibly in the fountain as the smokes does go out. Vigil down to low health. Does get taken down by the Blitz there as he does fall too tight. As I believe, yes, Echo is in that corner. Echo is just sitting back here, completely vulnerable. They spray. Oh, the head is just seen there of Ash. Serbian gets one under the Thatcher, but obviously Nomad gets a kill onto the Jello. As it's now a 4v3 as the wall gets opened up. As Legion running right out into the open, almost taking down the Ash. As he's pushing up here, hiding behind. And the pings come out as the pings are there, but it does not work out. As there's now a 4v2 after Nomad takes down Yoshi. The plan's going down by Jack. As Kaid and Smoke, the last one's left. Kaid with that shotgun going to try and take off the head of somebody. As the pings go down, Serbian is working on, or excuse me, Nick is working on the flank though. As the Claymore is there, he might be able to sneak by it, but nope. If he does jump over, yes, he will be okay. As he's now over himself and he's now safe. Running through the floor there, sitting right behind that wall is the Ash. It is now a 1v4 though as Titan takes him down. As Serbian does him down as the flank from Nick takes down one on Osla, but Nomad with I believe his third frag possibly of that round takes down Nick.
I think it was a 3K from Nomad, and that was a great attack by FG. They definitely knew they needed to take out this Vigil, and they did. They cornered him, and then they pushed. They slowly but surely whittled away his health, finally downing him, taking him out. And once that happened, that whole defense seemed to have fallen apart. Echo peaked. Echo was dead. That plant denial is gone. Smoke's canisters were burnt earlier in the round when by the Ying putting some pressure on Vent's window. They thought they were going for a plant there when they weren't. They burnt the utility very well. They killed the Echo. They got rid of the Vigil that's been a pain in their side the entire game, and that's just it.
Yep, as the double ACOG that I here in this match here going to be taken off onto the Bandit here, as they're going to stray away from the Kaid and focus more on possibly Bandit tricking. We're going to have to see though, as they also have the Mute, which I believe is the first time we've seen that tonight. As they're going to be going to possibly.
No, we saw the Mute earlier round, but I think only once.
Yeah, it was possibly once, and as we're going to see it, obviously again right now, is it's going to be trying to get those walls completely stopped, but obviously they do have the Thatcher of Griffin, as he will be possibly going for all of those, as there is no Jaeger to stop his EMP grenades from getting tossed around, so they can fly at free will.
So, just gonna point out there, this is the third time in a row they're going to Armory. Usually I argue after you fail it twice, you should move on. But Check 6 clearly thinks that they can hold this site, and one of the adjustments they made is they actually took Loki off of the Vigil and put it on the Mute, as you were talking about, which I think is an interesting choice.
Yeah, taking off their top fragger from one of the best roamers in the game of Vigil onto the Mute, and we're going to definitely see how it works out here, as he was fragging very well there towards the beginning of the game, and he's been okay so far after those rounds, but we're going to see maybe switch to a Mute, as he's going to be sitting in the same spot, just a different operator this time, sitting still in this office's corner, as possibly they'll be going for an office's wall again, as it does look like they're going to be clearing out east stairs, and going for this wall again.
East stairs, I think, is a good thing to take no matter kind of where you're attacking. It cuts some of the rotations for the defenders. You can hold down 90 to stop a flank into CC, and there's a quick pick from looks like Nicola.
Yes, Nick got a kill, I believe, through the CC wall there, taking on the Thatcher. Oh no, the walls are not going to be able to be open now unless they'll be able to get it with an Ash charge from below or something. They're definitely going to have to try and figure something out here as Mutes and Bandits will be able to stay alive. As down from the hallway, Loki takes down Titan. The Blitz now down. It's now a 3v5 here with an Ash and Ying left. As the 5 remain.
This is still winnable for FG. They have about half the round left. They should have a lot of drones. From what I'm seeing, they still have a lot of utility on the side with the attacker. But the pressure is on. If they want to split the half, they have to win this round right here, right now.
With the team
That's
kill on
unfortunate.
And Jello got the kill from the guy behind as Jack does take down Nick. As the tight angle here from Loki, not able to take down the Ying, just missing as Jack down to almost 1 bar. As that just unfortunate on that run out from the Echo as the team kill, and obviously the frag by Jello. As the pigs come out, Jack spraying, but to no prevail as he's down to his last 70 bullets here. You're gonna have to make it work as holding that tight angle is Jello as he does take down Jack. And a good hold there on Armory after it failed twice, and we're gonna be switching over here as Check 6 gonna be going to the attack.
So this does put Check 6 up in a 4-2 split of the half, which means that all that they need is to win 3 attacks. They have to do slightly better than FG did to take it.
And as it appears here, they're going to be going with a blitz strategy again, as the same of FG of Titan, but they might be 6-picking it. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. As a stop the runouts, there's going to be...
So I agree with this attacking lineup a little bit more than I did the FG lineup. Full advantage of the fact that there are no Jaegers in play. They have Nomad, which on-site Nomads are countered by Jaeger's ADS. They have Buck with the nades. They have Ash's breaching rounds. They have operators affected by ADSs when on FG's side for the attack they only had 2. They had the Ash and the Ying. Now, they are not bringing the Ying, which they did tease it a little bit, but they swapped off. But they are at least taking higher advantage of the fact there are no ADSs by bringing those frag grenades on Buck, which I highly agree with. There are so many places that defenders like to sit that can be easily countered with frag grenades. Half wall and armory, that little desk area we saw the Vigil locked in, that I think it was round 4 or 5. We saw him locked in there. No, round 5. We saw that. So, like, there are just a lot of places that frag grenades are really useful to knock out defenders, and I'm just glad to see that they're finally being implemented.
As these final armor panels get placed up here from Castle, Pierce going to be going for a strong CCTV hold here. As we're going to have to see here and see how they decide to hold it. As these final reinforcements go down. As Nomad does get ran out or get shot from the dock here in the window of offices. That is Nomad taking down Nomad to very low health. Nomad on Nomad. As Castle also does get hurt from the Repellent or not Ash, the Habana.
Is that abuse? Is that abuse? Can we call that abuse?
We can go with that. Yeah, it could be abuse. Nomad on Nomad. It's possible. As we see these claymores and these finishing drone touches, as I believe Buck's going to be going from below here and trying to get those, trying to just see if he can disrupt the defenders from above. As he sees the guy sitting right there, not able to get the shots though, but oh man, did Mute get down to very low HP. But they do have a dock, but Vigil does get taken down by Loki, who is running the G360 after R4C lost their ACOG. Castle goes down to Yoshi, it's now a 3v5 in favor of Check 6. As Mute is on very low HP, as the C4 from below, as he just chucks through the floor, not able to get the kills, as Habana is going to be getting the main wall there. As his Mute on low HP is just going to have to decide here where to go.
It might be, but we do have 2 kind of dead men walking who will go down to 1 shot on both sides.
As Osla gets 2 kills there. Jello and Loki, 2 great frags there on the Ash and the Nomad. As this could be winnable here for Osla as he has a C4 in the hand. The plant not going to be coming out yet. as I believe all 3 attackers are on the southwest side of the map here. So running across is Yoshi here, as the grenade's going to be taking out that bulletproof cam with information. I believe that stim landed. Yes, it did, as it almost missed, but Pre-Fire's coming out here just waiting for that plant in the main hallway. There is the Hibana, able to light up the bandit.
Thank God he got that stim.
Yes, as Serbian is now planning. Doc does take down the Hibana, though, as it's now evened out to a 2v2 here for the defenders. But Serbian, the plant does go down, as there's now 2 full HP defenders left, but they're just waiting for that flank. Doc is there, as Serbian does take down Nomad, leaving up to a 1v2 here on the, as the main attackers here are going to try and hold this bomb that has been planted. He's going to be pushing up here, trying to figure out if Free Fire's coming out. As Thatcher is outside the wall there, just not able to get picked off though. Free Fire's coming out, but it is too far to the left as Serbian to end off there with a 2K and able to get the plant down himself as he takes down Osla. A good attacking round there from Check 6.
That was a wonderful attack by Check 6. It was a little dicey there at the end with the double kill from Bandit, but they were able to pull it back. Really good plays on both sides. FG was able to stop the bleeding and was able to bring it back to a 2v2 in the very end. Great plays by both teams, and it just, in the end, it went to...
Yes, as we,
able to...
Go ahead. Sorry, you can finish. You can finish, it's okay.
No, I was just gonna say it just went, went the right way that time.
The Frost will be switching from one trap operator to another, as Capkin's going to be coming out as in lineup, except I don't believe they had a Legion last time, and obviously the Capkin. And that Blitz 6 picks
They
the
didn't
buck.
have the Legion. They didn't have a Legion last time, which is a good pick, honestly. Legion's always good at slowing down pushes and stopping plants, also causing a little bit of damage along the way. Good operator pick all overall.
Jack is trying to hide there to set up his EDD devices, but Jello there was able to give away his position, but definitely have to keep an eye and see if maybe those EDDs will go off. As now as Zofia is going to be coming out here this time around, which will be Jello here. Let's see if he can use those stuns and frags.
They also brought the Thermite over Hibana this time around, which is probably a better choice for this site in particular. Hibana is, great operator, no, don't deny anything, but the armory wall, just getting that wide open makes life a lot easier as an attacker instead of trying to force yourself through those tiny little Hibana holes.
Yeah,
so I think that's a smart change.
Myself, I prefer the Thermite holes as it just feels more comfortable to me when those are than the Hibana holes, because Hibana sometimes aren't reliable, sometimes you can't fit through it, but that is kind of rare, but it does happen, has happened before, and I just prefer the Thermite, and I think it's a good swap there.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I prefer Hibana. But I think on this site in particular, Thermite is definitely the smarter play.
Yes, as the wall is banded in there, I'm going to see if maybe Griffin here can shoot to the wall and get a quick little headshot, but we're going to have to see here as they're going to be waiting for Griffin to get over, or excuse me, Serbian, not Griffin, other teams, and Serbian's going to be breaking out here, Thatchering, and see if Bandit will not be Bandit tricking, and the wall will be opened up. You better watch out yourself here, Griffin, you're right out in the open. C4 not able to get anybody, but he was exposed there for a second, as he still is, but
he
Nick's
just
able
saw
to
the
take his
attacker.
head. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, as Jello also frags out Osla.
That was an interesting choice, to say the least.
As Ash is now in of Loki, as it's just all falling apart here for FG, as it's now a 1v5 with Loki with 2 quick frags. Titan, the last one left, as the plant by Serbian is going to be going down here. There's all the drones all around him here. As that hatch is going to open up, he's going to run straight into the path of the Thermite of Nick. And we're going to be going to match point here on border. Check 6 up 6-2.
So, border is going pretty predominantly in the favor of Check 6. FG can obviously take this and turn this around and force overtime, because this is playoffs. There are no ties. So if they get to 6-6, we will be forced into an overtime situation, and FG has a chance to win the map. So I think that FG needs to change sites, which they're doing. and I think they need to kind of rethink some of their strategies. They're being that last round they were very, very aggressive and in some interesting positions, and I think if they just, breathe a little bit and maybe hold back a little bit, maybe hold some of those more strong anchors like we talked about. The Maestro is still very strong. I think that'll help their play a lot because they're not really seems if you're going to be that kind of aggressive, you need to win your gunfights, and they just don't seem to be. So let's take it back, take a step back, take a breather. Let's, readjust and let's play a little bit smarter, right?
Oh yes, definitely. As towards the end of that round there, obviously just kind of some misplays there, as he just did barely miss the head of, or just didn't see the head of that attacker out there repelling. But we're gonna see how that changes as they're gonna be going customs and inspection here. As that drone does able to get away.
Interesting that they're going to customs and not vents. When usually teams go, their kind of three site rotation goes armory, vents, customs, but they decided to skip over vents, or maybe that just is their rotation. They prefer customs over vents. Who knows? But at least the standard rotation is armory, customs, vents, customs. But they're just ignoring vents entirely and going right to customs.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's preference really. Some teams prefer vent and or customs, but it appears FG's more comfortable with customs, as maybe they're gonna be able to turn the ship back around here. As I was not able to mention, but the sledge was 6-pick 2 from the thermite, as not gonna go double hard breach here, as just gonna be sticking with that Havana. As they're gonna be predominantly going for an upstairs take, it looks like. Almost getting blown up to smithereens is the bandit, almost dying there from the grenade of Yoshi. Let's get down to about 3.5 bars. Is almost able to take off that bandit off the board immediately, but unable to work there. As you see here, Jack coming back to site.
I think he was more just worrying about trying to get rid of the bandits over killing the bandit. But if he is being an active bandit and tricking, obviously you need to get rid of him. You can't just leave him there. But the attackers do seem to have full control of CC and have the hatches open, which is very unusual, because to hold this site if you lose CC is pretty damaging usually. So you have some form of roamer upstairs trying to help hold it, even if they don't sit in custom, in CC. They have some pressure there to try to make sure that they don't just give up the room completely, but it doesn't seem like the FG has that at all. And maybe that's the trap. Maybe they're trying to they're trying to get check 6 to get aggressive, go in and put themselves into bad positions. Because they don't have a lot of, FG does not have a lot of members on site at the moment. They have a lot of people circling like sharks. They're gonna, the bait is the site. They go into the site and the sharks push. And the first frag does come out for the attacker.
Yes, Jello does fall, and there are no roamers, like you said, and it could just be a bait, as in workshop is the dock. They just run away. Jack does die from Loki, though. Nomad able to get an immediate refrag, though, but as the smoke is down, is now a 3v4, as the attackers just dropped, but Sledge does go down. In sight, I believe, is the Lonnie. Yes, Nick is in sight. Titan with the frag on a Jello, though, as we did just see. As it is even now as the stims go out. I don't believe they know that Nick dropped, though. I think he is hidden here in the site, which could be deadly here if an unmistaken FG member here just walks in.
The one thing is that Nick does not have diffuser. So yeah, he is in sight, but there's not much that being in sight matters if you don't have diffuser and can't plan. The diffuser is on Thatcher, which I don't know where he is at the moment.
There he is. Thatcher just dropped from the hatch. He does die, but Nick
and he's immediately downed.
As they're both in a small office here. Buck not able to kill there, but does light him up as he's going to fall back. Buck's just going to have to push up here. His time is going to be of the essence here. Right on the opposite side of the wall is the Frost. But the plant by Yoshi's going to go down. He's going to peek, though, not going to see the head. He's finally going to see him, but going to miss the shots. But on the flank is Nomad. The plant's going to go down by Yoshi in a 2v1. As from behind, he's going to be the Doc. Able to take him down, though, but Frost is going to ultimately finish him off, as they're able to get a win there for round number 8. As the diffuse is going to be going off. And good hold there towards the end.
That was a phenomenal hold, and like I said, I think that the plan here was, let's let them take site. We have enough people around the site that when they do, they're going to be dropping in. That when they drop, they're going to be dropping into like a 3 or 4-way crossfire, and it did get a little dicey there a little bit. They lost a few members here and there, but they were able to trade themselves back, and they were able to keep themselves in the match. But they did make use of those crossfires. Every time someone from Check 6 was watching one side, someone peeked from the other, and it was able to take them out. And in the end, it worked out very well. Beautiful hold by FG.
Yeah, as we did see, there was no roamers, which have upstairs control with CC and hold it for a little bit, or just enough to stall him off, as a Jackal does come out from Yoshi here, finally, towards, as we're in round 9. Jackal does show up here. Ella going to be going to that pulse here, as he's not going to be able to pulse below, as they're going to be going Vent and Workshop, going to completely stray away from Armory, which I agree with, as it has not worked out.
I do agree with the choice to not go to Armory. The thing that will interest me is if FG wins this round and they are forced, and with customs and vents locked, are they going to force themselves to go back to Armory, or do they have a pocket strat for Tellers? Tellers is viable, but it is definitely the least side of the map. Most teams will just ignore it, but it is totally viable if you have the right strategy. And it would be interesting to see if, because Armory just isn't working for FG, they say screw it. Pocket strap. We're in the finals. If there's ever a time to pull out a pocket, well, not finals, in the playoffs. My bad. We're in the playoffs. If there's ever a time to pull out a pocket strap like that, it's definitely now.
Yeah, especially being down. Sometimes you got to pull all the straws to just surprise the attackers, and they may not be ready for it. As right now, this attack has no Thatcher, so if possibly they could have went Tellers, they might have been able to just hold that wall. But obviously, they can just shoot it and get the wall open. But you never know. Sometimes those random strategies do work. They just sometimes surprise them, but we may see that. We're definitely going to have to keep our eyes tuned and see if maybe FG will be able to pull this round through.
So I think the concept of, you said they can't pulse from below, but that's not quite true, because like you discussed earlier, you do have to kind of hold Armory to hold vents. We did talk about this. So having the pulse in vents would make the attackers, even when they successfully take upstairs, it will make them slightly more wary of where they're stepping. They can't stand still for too long, or otherwise pulse will shoot or nitro them from below. So he might not be able to play below in the sense of what we usually think about stopping plants and whatnot, but he can still play below and keep pressure upstairs without actually putting anyone upstairs themselves. The Jackal track from onto the castle in customs does force the sledge to open up this hatch and is looking for him. Castle does rotate out, which I think is the smart play, and he moves towards Teller's side, which is an interesting choice, and sits in bathroom hutch. I do not think they have a rotation in his sight. No, they don't. So if the castle gets locked off, he is dead man.
Serbian, though, with a fuse on a Jack. Totally forgot to mention the fuse, just raining down grenades with no Jaeger. They're going to be taking advantage of this immediately, but they're only going to be able to get one. But Nick does get a frag onto Osla. This is now a 3v3 defenders left of FG. Sitting here in customs is, I believe, the Sledge. Yes, his position is now given away. Castle is over here too. Sledge is in a precarious situation here. Griffin does get one though. Oh, Jello just doesn't get the headshot there, as I thought he might have gotten it. Loki does come over quickly though to help. Sitting right below him was somebody. He did not see him. He did not see him, but is now a 2v3 as Jello does frag on a Titan with a quick refrag, as it's now a 2v3 with Mute and Doc, last one left. But just as I say that, Jello takes down Nomad, and Griffin is FG's last hope here for this first map. We'll see if maybe he can get a clutch here, as right there is the Habana, able to get a shot, downs the Habana though. Gonna finish him off though, as is now a 1v2, as he's gonna rotate back upstairs. Fuse does have the diffuser in hand though, and is in sight and will be planning. But he might be flanking up here and drop through customs, because he's going to be reloading that shotgun here. He does not have the SMG-11, which is an interesting choice here, as he's just not going to run it with me. He's going to have the shotgun shoot long range, as they are both pushed to the east side of the map here. If he gets in close range here, it could work. But they have just completely abandoned the diffuser, it looks like, down the hall. He does see the Mute, though, as he's going to push up into sight. See, maybe they'll run right into him, but they're just going to be staying back, which is smart. But Serbian in sight does win it all. Not all, but does win the map there for Check 6, as they win 7-3.
Good map to Check 6, but for our side, absolutely putting up one hell of a fight. So a lot of those rounds really came down to the wire for first, good half, first round. Just overall good map. Honestly, there were some mistakes on both sides. The first couple of rounds, the Vigil was able to do a lot of damage, but they were able to get a handle on it at the end of the day. So that's what matters.
Yes. As now Czech 6 will be defending Oregon. So, just have to switch the maps here to Oregon, and we're ready to get map number 2 underway. As let me find it here.
Remember to swap the attack and defending. Like you.
Oh yeah.
The setting.
But yeah. Czech 6 is defending though, so I don't think I really need to though.
You told me Czech 6 is attacking Oregon, correct?
Let me double check. I can double check.
Yeah,
Let me be sure here. Let me double check though. I believe that they were defending those. So let me see. I can double check. Yeah, I have Czech 6 defending Oregon. Yeah, it says that they're going to be defending Oregon.
Defends Oregon. All right, I just wrote it down wrong then. That's fine.
That's okay. It happens. As soon as everybody gets readied up here, I'll start us here on Oregon.
Oh yeah, just so Oregon classic map as kind of a stale, kind of a stale meta. We see downstairs, so we'll probably see a Mira ban because Mira on this map once again is very strong. Attack, we probably will see a Montaigne ban again. For Montaigne is just a strong operator on this map in general, and obviously with Titan on the board being the shield main that he is, it makes sense that you want to kind of remove that. You know what I mean?
Okay. I think I'm just gonna wait for these guys to ready up, or should I just continue? You think? Because looks like all of Czech 6 is ready here. I'm just waiting for Farside to ready up. I don't want to start it when they're not here, so I'll give them another minute or two. See if they're gonna ready up.
Yeah, just
give them time to relax, recuperate here. See if they can maybe bring it back on Oregon and possibly take it to a clubhouse, which is going to be Farside's hope here if they can win Oregon.
Absolutely. So, if this map is definitely, I think, a little bit more in Farside's favor if I would have to pick, because I do think that they have shown in the past a lot of strength on this map, as well as Titan being that shield player. Shields on this map are very strong. Even after Blitz is nerfed, he should still be a very powerful operator. Thermite, Habana, both are viable on this map. There's just a lot of flexibility with this map in general.
Okay, I'm gonna double check with Jack here and see if he's ready. Just double check here.
Yeah, it might just be a bug.
Yeah, I'll send him a message here and see if he's ready here. I don't want to keep there is bugs sometimes that shows that they're ready up or not.
While we're quickly waiting for a response from Jack, how is everyone in chat today?
Yeah, I totally forgot. How is chat doing? Okay, so it appears Jack is ready up. I'm gonna wait for these last two here from Farside to ready on up.
I can see chat. How did you guys feel about the first map? Did you guys think that it was the way you expected it to go, or do you think it was an upset, or just in general, kind of how do you think it was? And hi Eclipse. He says hi.
Oh, okay.
Seems to just be a little bit. Dark Horizon I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Jeez, I'm sorry. It says Farside should have won. Well, they had both teams played well, so there was mistakes on both sides. Both teams played well. Habana. Oh no! Okay, really expert. The joke's so old.
All right, looks like everybody's ready up.
So old.
The sides are ready. I'm gonna double check here my messages. He's ready, and yes, indeed he is ready. So we're gonna get started here on Oregon. Yes, we are on Oregon, and here we go, guys. Let's go. We're gonna start match number 2 here, as Czech 6 will be defending, less like last time. So we're gonna see here.
So,
as the bans will come out.
Bans, I'm expecting to see a shield ban of some form of utility ban, probably the Capitao again. The Thatcher, okay, that works too. I think the other one will be a shield. And I think on defense, we'll see an Echo or a Maestro and a Mira. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, I would agree definitely. I assume they might be going for a blitz type of ban here instead of Montaigne. Possibly.
We also
Actually, no.
could see
It is FG banning, so they could leave it.
they might not ban any shield, actually, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
That was out.
Capitao. So both shields are on the field. Kaid also might catch a ban with the ban of the Thatcher. Kaid might catch that hot ban to stop that hold from down below, but you never know.
As just as you say that,
There he is.
The devil. There's Kaid as he does get taken down. As check 6 with the final ban here is going to be to 1. Be taken out of Mira, I would assume. Yes, Mira is gone. So pretty much the operators or you, not me, you guessed, did get banned. So props.
Pretty good at calling them. Pretty good at it.
Pretty good. Not to brag, but you know. As obviously the main site for Oregon here is going to be the laundry and supply, and but I say all sites are viable though. Honestly, except maybe kitchen and dining if they can get that wall open. So, or maybe rear stage.
Okay, so there's. I think what it is there are 2 viable sites, and then a debate on which of the other 2 sites are more viable. Because I don't think either of them are actually viable, but that might just be my opinion.
Yeah, I guess that would make more sense than all of them are viable. Yeah, definitely. I would prefer. Let me think about this. I'm trying to think. That's a tough decision, man.
The Maverick pick from FG is actually interesting, especially if you expect a laundry supply run. I'm expecting to see the Maverick go construction.
In case anybody's curious, this is the walls that Serbian is reinforcing right now. I would have to agree with that statement. I believe he's going to go right on these 2 walls right here and just get a hole and go in and see if maybe he can get a little tight angle into B, though. But I have to keep an eye on him and see if some people play differently with Maverick. He might make little holes in the hatches. We're going to have to see, though.
It's definitely an interesting 6 pick, to say the least. They are sticking with the Thermite, so no Hibana this round. So that means unless they use the Maverick to open up one of the hatches, only one will remain closed unless either, like I said, they use the Maverick or they leave it unreinforced.
And based off the drones here, as usually a standard push from my experience playing as well, is that you clear out the complete west side and have a few maybe go up top and try and clear the roamers. But you usually want to get control of that west side of a small tower here. As Jaeger is in kids' dorms, Loki not going to be going with Vigil, going to be going with Jaeger instead, as he's not been banned this map.
Interesting, because FG didn't ban the Jaeger this time, like you just said, and didn't bring the Ying. They left the Ying off the board this time.
Mute was sitting there in kitchen trying to hold it, but does get a little engagement there. But Mute is going to come out on top here with more health. He's going to make a little punch hole here. As he's going to spray through. I don't get the kill, but Jaeger is going to get taken down from Griffin, who is not going to go construction. Instead, going to push for the team here, and that Jaeger and good roam by Loki is going to be down early. As it's now a 5v4. There's a little Maverick silent holes going to try and pick off this Mute that they still think is in kitchen, but he has since rotated a meeting.
It does seem like the Mute jammers are making it a little bit harder for FG to get a drone game, but in the end, they did find that the Mute was in meeting. They seem to be pressuring him out with that Montaigne leading the charge.
Mute, though, did move all the way up to Watchtower himself, and you does see that Montaigne does get echoed, but not able to get the kill there. Not going to be able to shoot his feet, but a good idea nonetheless. He's now been spotted out. He's going to talk to his teammate, but just walks right into the pre-fire. Nomad goes right into the line of fire of Jello. Beautiful pre-fire. There, this is now an even 4v4. Montaigne just telling to his teammates that there's possibly one below as well. Mute still a heavy presence on this Watchtower, but from the complete opposite side is going to be the Thermite, I believe, who almost, or not the Thermite, I believe that is the, possibly was the Maverick. As Jack on the Twitch here, going to be pushing down main stairs, and just as I said, going to be making those holes in those hatches. Even from the other side,
they do appear to be starting their actual take onto the site and ignoring the Mute. Might put someone as a flank watch, but overall they seem to be doing Loki ignoring the mute. It's definitely an interesting choice on their part. Mute does get taken out though by the window with a cheeky peek by Maverick on stairs. That is all the roamers down and just leaves the 3 left on site. Hatch is open, and it's kind of up to the Echo to stop this plant now.
Yes, that
we do
and
have
smoke
the smoke as well.
2 gas canisters left, and the Goose. This could be a really good hold here for the defense here if they just play their cards right, as they are now in the smoke here. As I believe Twitch is pushing up from the back. I'm going to keep a tab on this Echo though, as Thermite's pushing right into the Goose and the smoke, and obviously the Echo has to take the Goo out before he plants. As long as the Echo can stay alive here as the plant does go down. First Echo goes out, as he's going to push up and take down the guy in the diffuser. A beautiful Echo play there, as check 6 does win the round there on the defense.
Okay, I was going to say, he actually echoed too early, but never mind, because Niccolo just pushed up and shot him. That also will stop a plant.
Yes. Killing does work also.
Killing is, I think, actually, some might even argue it's a slightly better way to stop the plant.
More satisfying, I would say. Definitely. As check 6 going to switch over to kids' dorms as the second most viable site. Usually comes directly after, but some teams do prefer it first over the laundry. But they're going to be going upstairs as pulse to Jaeger. Could have pulsed below, but going to switch back to that Jaeger.
So interesting, they kept the same exact lineup this time, except they didn't 6-pick to the Maverick. They just showed him off. They're not trying to hide the Maverick this time, which is interesting to me because the Maverick really didn't do any stealth plays. So, with the whole 6-pick Maverick, I expected to see him, like we talked about, going construction and that stealthy approach, but we didn't really see that, which is just an interesting choice by MG.
Yeah, I would definitely say that too, as I believe Loki might have planned on running Jaeger that last border match, but obviously he got banned, so because he has been running it these first 2 rounds here, but obviously that is in the past now, and doesn't really matter now, but keep going with that Jaeger as Jack 6 on the Twitch.
So just because I did see the question quickly in chat, I don't know if it got answered. Check 6 won map 1, which was border. Just, if anyone... I don't know if someone answered it. Someone probably did, because we have some great mods in chat. And just a great community overall, but just thought I would throw it out there.
Yep. As Twitch going to be trying to get some rid of these ADSs here for the no grenades, but just possibly to save those smoke grenades too. As it appears they're going to be going for a north tower take instead of a west side this time. As right there is the Jaeger. His position has now been given away, and is now kind of stuck here. So the attackers are just going to converge on him. As he's able to take down the Montane, though, an interesting ADS. As he now knows the Maverick is there. As the Twitch stream comes out.
That was definitely an interesting play. That was not the play, Chief. Chief Gully said this ain't it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. As Loki is just in an interesting spot here and just trying to fight off these attackers on the north side. Oh, but an amazing shot onto Nomad, though. A beautiful quick aim there and able to take him down. Although he's just low, the Twitch drone could take him down if Jack does land his shots with the Twitch drone, but I believe it did run out of tasers as Loki is going to flee back up to the site, I would imagine, as the attack now gets slowed down with 3 people left.
That was a beautiful hold in meeting completely by himself by Loki, just in there. In those types of situations, you really think of yourself as a dead man walking, and your mission is to take 1, maybe 2 down with you and waste those last few seconds. But not only was Loki able to to waste those seconds.
Hello.
And get that, I have never seen that.
Yeah, I just realized that was reversed. It took my brain
for the books.
It took my brain a second to comprehend. I was like, oh, he's just Mavericking and looking at Legion down below. And then I was like, oh, that's kind of the other way around. He's Mavericking the floor.
Alright. This is definitely... Wow, I have never seen vertical... Well, vertical play with Maverick is low-key one of the things that I just never see kind of as viable. And he does get traded out, though, by Loki. Once again, who is having just match of his life. He really is.
He does fall down too as well. Yeah, a ton of views there, but definitely. Okay, let's just walk by that as he's gonna possibly try and get this wall, but with 20 seconds left, this utility is going to be tough here as these flashbangs are going to be coming out as the ADS was taken down. I believe he's going to be trying to go for the wall, but oh, the goo's going to kill you, buddy, as he does go down, and Jello is also able to frag Jack as check 6 with another great hold.
That vertical play with Maverick, I'm still mind-boggled by that. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that the blowtorch was that. Like, that's just insane to me.
I think I saw it like out of the corner of my eye when I switched off of the Maverick onto somebody else. I saw that, and it took me a second. Like, I had to comprehend that because I have never seen that. Like you said, that's definitely one for the books. I've never seen it.
Like, jeez. So, Maverick vertical play, as I was trying to say, in general, is rare. Just unless it's on a hatch, Maverick vertical play is very rare with his blowtorch. I have never seen vertical play from Maverick from below, not above. That's a first for me, and I am so glad to have seen that and been able to cast it.
But sometimes to reach those places, you have to hop up on something sometimes. But he was just standing straight up. I don't believe he was standing on anything. I don't think he was either. I think he was just going with it. As we're seeing one of these interesting, possibly non-viable sites, as they're going to be going kitchen dining here. As going to be trying to get an interesting setup here. As after you win the 2 main sites, you're stuck with either this or rear stage, and teams usually prefer kitchen dining. Some differ for other sites, but the other site. But
I see a lot of people in chat talking about Loki needs to calm down, or that he's on fire tonight, which he definitely is. Griffin is low-key nasty. That play was crazy. I'll tell you that one for free.
Yes. As I thought maybe he'd be going for a spawn kill there. Wasn't so sure. As
Died against it.
Just gonna oh, maybe. Hold on here. Let's watch out now. Montaigne better watch himself here, as he's not gonna be able to see him as he does go out fully extended. I don't know if Montaigne sees that is broken. Oh, he does. Yes, he does know that the Jaeger is there. The Jaeger's position was given away, but he's obviously going to run away. So I believe the Vigil's right behind him. Yes, Jello is with him. They're doing a very close roam together here. Make some rotate holes though.
Changing mags.
As the Jackal from Jack is going to come out and possibly get this Vigil and Jaeger pings, but we're going to see firstly if he can find the footsteps.
I think this is the first time that we see Jello helping Loki on the roam. Before, usually it's just Loki by himself, but he does have some support from Jello this time. But I think this is the first time we've seen this.
Yeah, I think this is. I would agree. As I believe, yep, that is Jack that ran into a goo there. As they don't have a Thatcher, so they're gonna have to Maverick themselves to get this wall. But there is nothing stopping it. Actually, now that I think about it, so they're just gonna have to just go get the wall for free, as there's no bandit or anything. Which with this site is peculiar, as you would maybe expect a bandit, as that kite was banned. But I'm not gonna risk it, as the thermal charge does go down. Legion is low here in showers. Serbian caught off guard here. As right there is the Jackal. Does see him, not able to get the kill, but Nomad does get a frag, as there's 2 quick frags. Loki, their main frag support, is down. Echo is still alive though, but not sure where the plant is going down, as Nomad gets another kill onto Jello. The plant is now going down though. He does see him. He's able to get him at the last second though, and the smoke does take him down though. Outside the door is 1, as there is 2 left. The smoke and the Echo. The plant is being hurt of going down. The Echo does stop him though, but he's gonna go right back to it. He's gonna get him again,
but at the in the long run, there's really not much that they can do to stop this plant without dying. Oh, I say that, and Nicola just walks up and kills him, but is immediately refragged.
Yeah, a great idea to go in the hallway there, but nobody was watching at the time. But obviously now there was somebody watching it. And in the doorway is 1. I believe it is Nomad, not able to get him though. Finish him off as it calls from the Montaigne. As Yoshi's just kind of stuck here.
Literally blocking him out. He's literally blocking him out.
Doing some good offensive lineman moves there, as Nomad does get the kill on the Echo though, and a good round there.
Offensive lineman plays. Monty knew offensive line, boys. Draft this man.
Somebody draft him. First round.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
That's definitely one of the greatest things I've heard. That was a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
that was pretty good. As Check 6 gonna.
Reported for toxicity. Report for behavior.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That was pretty toxic. As Fink is gonna come out with the blitz, tighten around that blitz as we saw on border. As they're gonna be going back to laundry and supply.
So, with the fact that they're still bringing this Maverick, but they also have the Finka, I'm expecting a construction push. A Finka is definitely more kind of in tune with the way a construction push works. You have the doorway, the hallway, you Finka boost, you rush in through those places, you catch the defenders off guard, you take the back of site, and you cut the site in half, and you say, this half is ours, we don't care about that half, we're going to plant over here, and we're going to hold it. So this will be an interesting round, definitely for sure. The Finka does say to me it's a little going to be more aggressive. Let's see, which might be the smart play because with how Loki has been playing the roam game, just ignoring him, taking sight, and forcing him to come to you might be the smart play.
Yeah. I believe they have just been kind of using the blitz as like kind of like a slow pace kind of thing, but they might not be going construction here as they did spawn main towards Main Street, but they could move on over there. As we're gonna see.
They do have the blitz this time as opposed to the Monty. We also should point out.
Yes, I believe there are two roamers though, the Jaeger and the Mute. Mute is in tower here. Already breaking the window, wasting no time to shoot open that window and to see maybe he can pick somebody off here. As he did die from Griffin here last time, as maybe we can catch Griffin doing that same Maverick trick. We're definitely going to see though. Ooh, Mute is on the other side there. The window is open. He knows that it is open. His head is just peeking. There it is. His head is there. He did not get the shot though. Sitting there is still the Mute. Oh, the Finka boost here is going to help out greatly. As the goos go off, he just has to peek. He's just going to miss the head barely. Keeps missing the head, but Jello is going to back off, which I believe is a wise idea. With that Finka boost in the Maverick, holding that angle might not be great fortunes for you, as he's still going to be sitting towards the back area, though.
But I'd say that's where he was picked off last time on this defense as well.
But Nomad here going to be pushed up to possibly take out this Mute. Sitting right there is the Mute, but Loki from behind sitting in Attic. He's just hiding there, letting him know the position as Nick does take out Jack. Oh, unfortunate there for Blitz as he just gets caught off guard on the opposite side as getting the hatch is going to be also from the classroom wall, but he's getting sprayed through from meeting, but does not get killed there as Maverick can be caught off guard by this Mute again if he's not careful. But the hatch does not get open from that. He put the thermite charge too far away from the wall. And too far away from the hatch it is.
It's unfortunate.
It's not open. He does have one thermite charge, yeah.
Mute is still up there.
Smoke does go down though, as Maverick does get the frag, but Loki does refrag, and Thermite is the last one left, as he does fall to Jello from the opposite side of the map there. And a beautiful hold by Check 6 again on this defense of Laundry.
Once again, Loki gets a 3K. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Loki is hot tonight, and he needs to be shut. Farside needs to figure out a way to ice him. They do, because he's just hot tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. He's just been great on those flanks. Perfect. He's just placed at the right spots at the right time, and it's gonna be the same.
It's not even just that, because when he held meeting, he was totally at the disadvantage and just got a phenomenal shot on whoever was pushing in behind him. I don't really remember who it was, but Loki should have died there.
Oh yeah,
anyone
no doubt.
else dead, but he wasn't. He's just, I don't know. This man's unkillable tonight.
Oh yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. As Smoke to an intriguing, definitely to say the least.
Yeah, we see both Italians.
That is true. We're gonna see how they decide to hold this without a smoke. Smoke's not needed, but it definitely does help on this side, 100%. But maybe the Alibi will go for a little more fragging potential. Let's see though.
I think that FG would probably benefit a little bit from just kind of pushing site aggressively and sort of ignoring, ignoring the roamers. If we can just hey, if we can take site, we can force these roamers to come to us through, especially on a site like this. If the defenders lose this site, it is so hard to retake, this site in particular.
Oh yeah, definitely. This site is very hard to retake at all. I do agree. As a Jaeger here, sitting down here in the back in the basement.
Basement.
And
Yeah,
they're going to be
he's
pushing
far away
construction.
from site.
They're going to be pushing construction though. You might be able to catch these guys off guard if they're not cautious here. If he listens closely, be able to hear that Montaigne.
Yeah, it looks like Montaigne is waiting for a drone, which is smart. So waiting for that drone, they hopefully will catch the Jaeger, but it does appear that they're not quite sure he's there.
Hello.
Nope, they know he's there. They know he's there.
His position has now been given away as kind of unfortunate timing, or not timing, but placement as Loki trying to hide. This gets spotted out from a Montaigne as his teammate is coming to help him here as Montaigne's getting some assistance here. As let's see if maybe they can.
They should have someone in lobby. If
They
they
should.
put someone in lobby, they can probably take him down. I don't see anyone covering lobby.
Jackal is main door, able to get the frag there, just as you said that. A very good pinch there, if you will, and able to converge on that man sitting down in Laundry, who was Loki, a good fragger, a great fragger this game, and then these two matches now taken down. You see these final goos coming out.
So.
Maverick in the castle.
Mavericking the castle always actually a kind of a smart play, because it allows you to get some angles that the defenders might not know about, because the window itself is not completely open. That Maverick is obviously very quiet.
The castle doesn't break though, and this position is probably given away as Nick is kind of stuck here in a bad spot as the goos do go out. And they did get attic wall here as they're going for a big tower push. And his push is trying to come along, but those pings on that Legion has been coming out, and he does hit a goo as Serbian is now stuck, and I mean stuck. He's got crossfire from attic, the window, and obviously main stairs, so he's just gonna have to hold out here and stall these attackers.
This round in particular has had a lot of really good pinches, but I still feel like that on some level that they're not quite sure what and did he really just get a kill with this? Oh,
I don't think he knew he was below him. 30 seconds left.
No, Serbian.
Sitting right here is the alibi. Hello, Montaigne. Bad timing. And there is the Jackal. Not going to be able to get the frag, though. But this could be a good enough stalling as he also hits another goo. This is very winnable here for the defense. They can just hold out as Nick just sits tight. As make sure you're waiting for the push. Oswald does take down Nick, though, as they're going to be having to push in here very soon. As worried about the same angle here as they're going to push in. Smokes go out. Thermite is now giving away his position. He does go down. Going to go for the frag as all of them just converge. Jello with a double frag. Able to get not two as the plant just stops. And a beautiful hold there and stall from the alibi to get the W there for check 6.
So, that last few seconds there, I have one thing to tell you. 81 bullets.
Yes.
81 rounds.
81 rounds will do it.
But can we get an F in chat for that poor Legion that got second in armory? Can we get an F in chat real quick?
Moment of silence for Serbian, please.
Moment of silence.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Just devastated. Just devastated, man. As we see pretty much the exact same lineup here, except I don't know. Did they have that Ash last time? I believe they had the Twitch.
They are going, but they are going rear stage this time.
Yes. Maybe switching it up here, not going to dorms, which is oh, they did win. What am I talking about? Can't go dorms.
They won dorms.
Good job,
yeah, I was
caster.
say. I was like,
good job there,
Chief.
Best caster NA. Thank you very much.
He said best caster NA.
Intero? Where you at, bro?
Intero, man.
Yeah, seriously. As yes, they are going rear stage as they're going to opt out of Dynan, which they did lose. That is their only round lost, and see maybe they have some better forces here on rear stage.
It was a pretty dominant loss too. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, they lost. No. They got kind of slapped on that site.
Montaignes. That's all you can describe about that attack there. It's just Montaigne. That's all you need to know. As Loki now going Vigil inside of the Jaeger, which he has been running. Going to be going back to old ways, which we did see on Border, which he was astounding sitting in offices. As now he's going to be in kids' dorms, possibly waiting to run out here and get somebody. As he's waiting for these guys to push up.
Peak.
Yeah. You're gonna have
like
to watch
a spawn peak.
as they're pushing in from construction yet again. I don't believe anybody's sitting down here, no, as we go back to Montaigne here.
But it's a pushing construction for a site like rear tower. If you can, there's two ways to attack tower. You take T3 and you force everyone down, or you take basement and force everyone up.
Yeah. As I believe that was the Legion sitting on stairs here. He doesn't now know the location of the Montaigne, yes. If the Legion plays this smart, he might be able to get an angle onto Montaigne's head, possibly, if Montaigne's not careful. Smoke's coming out. He's not fully extended, and just as I say that, his head does get taken off by Serbian. Montaigne down, the main push down, as Jello does get another frag. It is now a 3v5. Jackal left outside the window, and Maverick down below. Yoshi does take down the Jackal immediately, though, and Nomad's on his window, sees the Echo, not able to get the frag, though. As Griffin also does take down Loki, though, a top fragger down of the Vigil. He's going to be pushing from the complete opposite side of the map. He's going to be going from the south side of Laundry.
They did this in Border too. When there's two people left, you guys, they should get together and re-coordinate. But instead, they're attacking from two completely opposite ends of the map.
Getting maybe a tight angle here. If he sprays through that, that Echo is toast of that table, of course. But doesn't know that. Maybe Echo will hear that. I don't believe he hears.
No, because there's the sandbags. The sandbags are unnatural.
Serbian does go down, though. Or Serbian does take down Nomad, excuse me. And Griffin is going to be the last hope here, as he does see the Echo on the angle. Sooner or later here. Okay. Not a headshot, but he does get downed. His position is now given away. Waiting for these defenders to push up here. He gets taken down, but as the process, Yoshi's going to get picked off, but in the process, Legion is going to push up and lower Doc is peeking, juiced up here with 45 seconds left. This is going to be tough, but he does take down Castle, but he's going to peek again, or Nick is going to peek this time, taking down Griffin. And a good hold there on rear stage tower. Good defense.
So at the half, we have a 5-1 split.
And in case you're curious,
in favor of check 6.
Yeah, here's the leaderboards for this matchup. Fairly even here from check 6 side of things. 3 people with 6 kills, and then you got Yoshi and Serbian, but they have been holding their load no matter what. As FG, a little more of a top frag here from Griffin, as Jack through Oswala are close enough, and Titan is dropping a donut though. But I can't take that away from him. He has been running shields the whole time, so props to him for being the team player. But maybe he'll be able to frag out here on the Vigil, which he's been given the task of here, as we're going into round 7. And just as I say that, he's going to 6-pick to a castle, of course. Just jinxing him. Screw the Vigil.
So,
I didn't even realize they're going rear stage tower for their first defense.
that's
Yeah, I didn't notice that. I was too focused on the 6-pick. So.
No, did I?
You know how we said Laundry is the first viable site? Let's cut that out of the VOD too. Alright.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, yeah, rear stage tower, viable site, guys. We're gonna see. Maybe they have some kind of unique strategy here.
Better say if FG can pull this off, then they get to go to. They can go to 2 of the 4 viable sites, which we talked about, both Armory and Kids, and not have to worry about going to that 3rd bad site. I'm really bad at phrasing my words right now.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean though. Like they're gonna start off with possibly not one of the more viable sites, and if they win it, they're gonna be on a roll with 2 good sites of Dorms and Laundry. As
Exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to say. But, English worked for you.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. So we're gonna see maybe as we see Griffin here, not running SMG-11 versus the pistol, as we did see, I believe, last game on Border.
Yes,
Yellow here.
Did, but hey, this is an interesting.
Oh, Daisy. Hello, right there. You're going to see the mute as a quick repel in, able to get the kill on Jello. Jaeger's right there also, runs straight into the F2. You do not want to push right into that gun. And Castle's going to think about it too. But Castle was able to get the kill this time. Not able to fall to the F2, but 2 defenders are down now. Quick after that quick repel by Jello. A great idea and good job. up above.
He realized that the window was prepped, which is why he was able to just repel in. If anyone is curious, like the reason why he was able to just repel in was because the window was punched twice where you couldn't see it, which allows the window to be vaulted through automatically, which also means that you can just repel through it and not have to punch it a third time, which allowed Twitch or Jello in that situation to catch him off guard, as well as a defense though. Ooh, 2 more from the Valkyrie.
Good job there to make it up to a 3v2 now with FG in favor, as both attackers are on the east side of rear stage. I'm just trying to push in here as Nomad has already picked up 2. Drones are going to be coming out. Shoot that drone though, and C4.
Nitro cell set.
Almost got the IQ, but she backed up in time. And going to run straight in. It's going to get the Valkyrie. Absolutely wasting no time is Serbian and Jello. Conclusion, but Yoshi's going to be able to get that plant down. But above is going to be the smoke, and the smoke's going to go down. Does finally get the headshot is Jack. IQ, the last one left. Smoke able to go down two, but Castle is up top, able to get a frag, and FG win the first sight of rear stage watchtower. Interesting.
So they weren't expecting it, not even slightly. You could kind of see how check 6 a little bit stalled out. They didn't take meeting. They just tried to push in through the windows, which is never the way you attack this site. There are several ways you can attack the site, but that is not one of them. So it definitely seems like that FG's plan to go rear stage first definitely caught check 6 off guard, and definitely you could see that in the way they were playing, which is now they are allowed to go to, like you said, they're going to kids' dorms, but laundry is just as viable. Either one works. And if they can win these 2 rounds, that'll put them 4-5 if they can win those 2 rounds. And FG, just like that, is back into it. Usually we start seeing them struggle around that third site of either rear watchtower, or as they already have won that and gotten that out of the way, it allows them to win maybe 2 more in a row, and you never know. We might just see FG take
Yeah. It's very possible here. If they play their cards right, if they win dorms and they win laundry, they're back at a 4-5 game with rear stage watchtower in their palm of their hand again, which they can win again. So the FG is looking good here on the defense side on the type of sites that they can go, and they just have to execute here. And they're going to be looking good, definitely.
Absolutely, and I did see someone briefly talk about it, and I will, say it because I feel like I need to. If you have Amazon Prime, you can get Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime gives you 1 free sub. You never know. Hey, we have great content, matches all the time, and season 2 is going to be even bigger than this.
Yes. So, drop it on your favorite streamer, Collective eSports.
And you get to hear more great casters and see more great matches.
Of course. As we see here, as they are going to be going, it does look like Yoshi will be going for the main wall. Maybe not. Take his time though, not want to rush things. As Nomad, who had a great job there on the Valkyrie last time on rear stage, and be running that same output again. As they do have a rotate hole. What am I talking about? Thermite. They have a rotate hole from site in the attic. That is intriguing. I have never seen that myself. I don't know if you can.
I've seen it. I have seen a few times. Actually, watching back from prepare for playoffs. I have been watching a bunch of the scrims of the playoff teams, and this is something that they actually did on a previous match. I believe it was FG versus DBX. Actually, they did this type of hold, and it worked out fairly well. Actually.
Sitting right there is the mute as IQ gets a kill. Castle might be going down here to the Thermite, but running in is the IQ, but falls right to Griffin. As Nomad does get a frag onto Loki though, and it's now an even 3v3 here. As Nick is going to jump on in right after the Candelas, and she now has control of, now has control of kids' dorms. If they just get in the plant, he's going to get that black eye, and Yoshi's going to be going for the plant here. With 3 seconds left, they just have to cover. And if they get this down, the C4 from below, though, will it go off in time? No, it will not. As he second guesses it, as Nick does get a kill, though. As it's now a 2v3. Does go down to Nick again. Nick with a good 2K there. As Castle on the flank. He sprays through at the right time. Everybody's dead, but his position is now given away. And this is going to be very difficult as Yoshi comes up pre-firing. And we are now going to match point here for check 6.
I did not honestly expect the attack to bring that back. There was such a strong opening round for the defense, and Nikolos kind of just walked into sight and said, "Nah, we ain't losing this." And once again, very important 80 round mag. That's
Yes.
that's what it more influential than you think it is.
Oh yeah. A lot of bullets equals more ammo, and more ammo equals more killing. There you go. Quick maths.
Maths with Pengsu here,
Yes.
boys.
Maths with Pengsus. Every Tuesday night at 9:07 Eastern. As we see an Ella from Jack. This time, we're gonna see how those Ella mines are gonna come and pull it in. I'm gonna have to check though once we get into the round though, as that Ella shotgun is deadly, as it has become very common, very common actually.
So, I have always used the shotgun. I've just never liked the Scorpion, which I used to way back in the day when it had its 50 round clip and no recoil. Was definitely the weird person.
Don't bring me
But
back.
it is. I never used the Scorpion, even when it was so overpowered. The shotgun gained sort of the notoriety it should have had from the beginning.
Yeah, as I'm going to be getting the hatches muted, as there isn't going to be no Thatcher available, as only way to be able to get those mutes possibly is going to be the Twitch of Nick. Maybe he'll be able to get those mutes and Elemines, and tons of gadgets actually, the ADSs, the Elemines, mutes, legions, tons of equipment there for Twitch to be able to get. And as you see here, I'm going to pan over here real quick, as we see them opening this classroom wall. Oh, excuse me. We're going to be opening this classroom wall here, so the thermite's not going to be able to thermite that and just has to go for the hatch itself, which I see has become very common now. Is if you do not know, you just have to thermite this wall here that they opened up close, crouch to the hatch, and it'll open up. So I'm just going to try and counter that. As Sledge is getting lit up here as he tries to push up construction. I'm not sure from who, but Titan and Legion are up here in kids' dorms. Kind of just holding the upstairs here. I'm not sure if they know that they're up there. Yes, they do now know the pings have gone out in the drones, as his position is now given away. I'm not sure if Titan has been given away, but Nomad has been spotted as the drones can go down. And I believe Ash from below. Yes, does hit a goo. Gonna push up. Does get the kill onto Loki. Or Loki does get a kill on the Nomad, excuse me.
Just pushing through that Legion mine. Sometimes it's the best play.
Sometimes fighting through it and trying to control your recoil with all that green stuff on your screen does work, and see it did. As Loki's gonna be pushing up here into the path of Jaeger here possibly. Don't know if he knows Titan is there. Ash is right there around the corner. He can smell her. Flashes go out. He's gonna miss the shots though, but they're gonna trade kind of. Titan does get the headshot, but he does go down. There's no defenders near him, as Yoshi does get a kill there, and it's going to be a quick 2v4 here. But they finish off that Jaeger.
The attackers don't know, though, that he's down, so if Titan can just hold his blood in, they're going to waste some time. Oh, never mind. Figured it out pretty quickly.
As two defenders left here for the hope of FG's playoffs here, as maybe Griffin and Oswala are able to clutch this and win it here. You see the push coming down the stairs as smokes are going to come out with possibly oh nope, they're just going to prep the smokes. Smart. As we see them pushing from above, Jello making more holes, is not able to get the hatch because it is muted, and with no Twitch drones left, he's going to have to shoot it, which he does, as the hatch is now going to be open. Yoshi going to blow her up.
This does leave Farsight in a very interesting position. Hatch open, 3v2. Or 4v2, my bad, my mistake. 4v1.
Griffin does take one down though of Serbian. In the hallway is the Twitch, as he's going to prone, but Nick's going to get the kill, and that is going to be a GG. Check 6 will be moving on, I believe. Yes, 72.
Check 6 will be moving on to round 2, and we'll play the winner of the, oh god, what match?
Is it F6 and...
Is it?
I'm not sure.
I think on the other one. I can pull it up.
Okay. Stick around though, guys. We're gonna get an interview here with the IGL of Check 6 Serbian here. Gonna see a first-hand interview.
I'm not sure if we do.
Oh, we're not.
Serber. I don't know if it's Serber
I'm not sure because Serb was the one in the game day chat and who got it all set up. So
Yeah, no, Serbian is their IGL, but I'm more just curious if that's who we're interviewing.
I'll invite him and see if he invites anybody. Hello, Serbian. Thank you for joining, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
Good
Thank
for
you
you,
guys for
Claudia.
hosting. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, of course.
So,
Yeah.
how
Go
did you
ahead.
feel about those two maps overall? How did you feel about those two maps overall first?
As far as picking them, or as far as how we played,
How you played?
I thought we played pretty well. I thought we played a little bit better on Oregon than we did on Border. Border, they had a really aggressive, good attack with like really smart operators and smart bands. So the first after they adjusted a little bit, they started to pull back, and then Oregon, I thought we played really well, especially on defense.
So, and then, so on Border specifically, because you said that they were more aggressive, did you struggle with that aggression at all? Because at least the first few rounds, Loki just kind of seemed to completely shut them down. Was that a huge issue for you overall, or was that just kind of
I,
something
I
that?
think I think Loki
Look,
did a really good job of getting the early kills, especially those first couple rounds, and then once they adjusted a little bit, it kind of slowed down because they were running. I mean, obviously they got a couple good plants off, and that really kind of pushed us back a little bit. But after that, we were started adjusting back, and then we had to switch to attack. So I think they're a good team, obviously, in the playoffs and stuff like that, and their operator choices were really good, especially on border.
yeah, definitely. So the one thing I noticed that you guys did a lot more that Farside didn't was with the Jaeger ban. You obviously knew that frags were more available, but so Farside brought Ying. You guys instead brought frags. Is there any? Did you do that on purpose? Did you exclude the Ying on purpose? I know at one point you picked her, but then you swapped off. Like, what was your thought process kind of behind that?
The biggest thing we wanted to do once we didn't have any denial. I think the first time they ran the Yank plan, and that really we thought was kind of a stupid thing on our part to do. So we brought a Cade and we brought a couple other operators to try and slow them down a little bit so we could try and get those earlier picks. Um, I mean, it's hard with a Ying and a Blitz and stuff like that to really fully counter it. If you don't have good fragging ops, so we just kind of went for it and kind of abandoned the intel ops to pick up a couple more traps and stuff.
All right. Anything you want to say, Pengsu, about Border before we move on to Oregon?
I think you pretty much covered it. I mean, just good job on that. The hole definitely upstairs of Armory. Uh, yeah, I think it was pretty good. Definitely. That's pretty much all I gotta say. I don't really have any questions.
Actually, yeah, that kind of does remind me. You went obviously in the end it worked out, but you went 3 times in a row to Armory. What's the thought process behind that? Because at least from kind of from what I see, usually after losing twice to a site, most teams move off. What was your thought of like, no, let's try this a third time? What was kind of the thought process?
When we were
Border.
on
You were on
border,
Armory. The last 3 rounds of
um,
your defense on Armory
yeah,
were all Armory.
I think the main thing is like it's the best site, right? So we know if we execute, we can actually probably hold it pretty well. And we were starting to figure out what they were doing with the Ying and how they were pushing things and stuff like that. So we knew on the third time we kind of figured it out. Basically, the way we try to do things a lot of the time is we pick the best site for us. But we know if we execute, that's our best hold. So that's what we're going to stick with, even sometimes if it feels like it's not working.
Okay. And then on to Oregon, you guys had a pretty decisive win on that one. The only 2 times one of the only times you lost on defense was that dining room hold. How did that? On your defense, how did you feel? You definitely seemed to be more in your element.
Yeah, we've actually worked on the couple holds a lot, including normally run back tower, but we decided to go dining today. I'm not really sure why, but I mean the defense we've really worked on, and we know that with the Thatcher ban, we can do a lot of things that we want to do, especially if we run traps, and our roam game is good. So we felt really good on defense in Oregon, and that's really why we wanted to make that map a priority when we got into the playoffs.
Interesting, interesting. All right. And then on the other side, the attack, it definitely seemed like you were thrown off because your team stalled out a little bit on the tower pick first round. How did that kind of what were like the comms and what was the round sort of like for you guys?
Well, I mean, Yoshi made a call about how to push, and we didn't do it the way we were supposed to do. And I think them going tower first, as far as our operator choices and stuff like that, probably weren't the best. We would have known they were going to go tower. I think we probably would have, changed a couple things. But, I mean, it's just one of those weird off sites where if you play it right, you end up pretty much dominating the round, and that's what they did. So.
Any more questions, Pengsu, for you on Oregon?
What are your thoughts mavericking the floor? That's all I need to know. I just need to know.
I just need to know. Honestly, between I didn't think that was gonna work. First of all, I didn't think he could reach it, and he did, and he domed me. That was pretty terrible. And then I got Jackal shotgunned, but I wasn't even being tracked anymore. Like perfect, like one tap shotgunned, which was not fun either.
We had
obviously
chat for you,
yeah,
sir.
we had a moment of
some
silence.
chat for you.
Yeah, it wasn't great. But honestly, you learn something new every day, and I did not know that little blowtorch could reach that top floor, but I was wrong. So.
Yeah, trust me, that is something that if I'm gonna be bringing into ranked, I'll definitely tell you that one for free.
For sure, yeah. You see a lot of bucks down there and stuff like that. Sometimes like someone will try to cook a grenade through the floor or something, or throw it through the window, but I've never been Maverick one tapped through the floor, looking down. So there you go.
Okay, I mean that's good enough for me. Any other
All right,
questions?
so last 30 seconds for you, sir, before we kind of do our wrap up speech.
Yeah, good games to FG. Obviously, they had a great season and a good couple games here. And shout out to my guys on Check 6, and shout out to the org for sticking with us, no matter what. So, and thank you guys for hosting again. We really appreciate it. It's been a fun season so far. We're happy to keep going.
Absolutely. So, just so everyone knows, this is the first match of the playoffs. Tune in. We'll keep checking back for the rest of the week. We have a bunch of matches. This week. It's gonna be great. Let's see if I can pull up the schedule. I think the next match is on Friday. It's on Friday, and it's actually F6 versus DBX. So my team will be playing. If just one last thing, if you have Twitch Prime, we would appreciate the sub. All it takes is having Amazon Prime.
Yes.
We can subs help us here keep doing matches like this and keep commentators and whatever. We have a lot of different commentators from a lot of different backgrounds. We try to keep it versatile, not just the same thing all the time. Great community here. We now have a public community Discord that you can join. I highly suggest that. I'm in there a lot. I don't know. I know Panexu is in there. So I've seen Serb a few times there. We have a bunch of us there. You can just talk, ask questions. We're all happy to see you, and we'll hope to see you the next play day or the next match, Friday. Remember that, 7:30.
Okay. Awesome guys. Definitely we get my words in here before I end the stream. GG's to both teams, and pretty much what my co-caster here, Lippy, said. Twitch Prime, got to do it, and honestly a great match, and keep tuned for all the other matches, guys. Be aware. So everybody have a good night.